Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tori and today we are working on my cover page for my December 2024 album. I've got some little glitter iridescent orbs and star sequins that I'm going to use to make a kind of filler page, sequin pocket page cover thing, bob. I've used some graphics, printable transparency, and printed out these ribbons and light strings from the Tracy Reed Designs newest collection, Oh What Fun. I also have printed out one of the patterned papers from that collection on graphics printable vellum. And then I have a spare piece of just regular vellum that I'm going to use to subdue that plaid just a little bit and also thicken up my page overall. And then I have these 4 light bulbs that I've also printed from the Tracy Reed Designs Ellies. And I love these. These are what I'm going to use to put my 2024 on for my album opening. I am super excited for this one. It comes together really quickly because I already had most of this printed out ahead of time. This is going to be on the Tracy Reed blog today as well. I will have everything written out for how I created this page, and I'll link that down in the description box below if you want to go check out that blog post as well and see some still shots of this come together too. So I've got this kind of laid out here, and what I'm going to do is just grab some fabric clips because I do also sew. So I've got little fabric clips that I use to hold my fabric. I'm going to use those, and I tend to use these almost always whenever I'm sewing paper together as well. I'm going to put one on each side of my paper, and then I will take this over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew in between the middle of like the ribbon that I've placed on here. So each of these embellishment pieces that I've got printed on this transparency paper is just one piece. So it's a total of 2 different elements from the Ellie's collection that I've just placed 4 separate times to create a rectangle. So I've taken that over to my sewing machine and just sewed around 3 edges of that paper. I'm going to go ahead and punch my holes in now just to make sure that I am not punching them over any of the stitching that I did because I didn't really measure that before I went over there and started sewing. I did hit one small piece of thread when I did punch these holes in, but I'm also going to be going around this one more time, so I will fix that when I go do my second round of sewing. So I've got those 3 edges sewed, and I'm going to place all of my sequins and like little ball pieces in my page here to create my shaker elements. So I'm just kind of sticking my hand in to like open it up a bit. And then I'm just going to dump a bunch of those little orbs in. And then I'm going to open my little sequin stars and dump those in as well. The little iridescent orbs are just from the Recollections brand of Michaels. And these little tiny gold stars are from the Mondo Llama. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember, but it's from Target, that Mondo brand, whatever it's called. I've got those in there, so I'm going to go back to my sewing machine and do another layer of stitching all the way around. So I've got kind of a double layer. That way any imperfections are a little bit more intentional, it would seem. And then we're coming through really quickly. We've only got a couple minutes left of my actual process here. I'm just trimming off all of these spare pieces of thread. This is what the back of this looks like, and I'm really pleased with it because I think it will be a great addition to the next page of my album once I decide what that's going to be. I'm going to grab some foam adhesive squares so that I can pop these ornaments up just a little bit and then kind of get those adhered down. Looking back on this and rewatching myself create this page, I kind of wish I had grabbed a little bit of baker's twine to loop in between these foam squares just to give it a little like look of a string of lights holding my 2024. And I might still try to do that because I did leave a little bit of space between the big squares that I use and the little squares. So I might be able to still do that. It just depends on the size needle I use and if I can get them in between all of that. So maybe we'll see a little bit later on in the month, probably. So I'm going to get these adhered down with these foam adhesives just to give that a little bit of dimension. These foam squares though are super thin. I think that they're only like 2 millimeters or something like that. So they're not super thick, so they won't add a ton of extra dimension, but it does give the page that little layer of shadowing from it being popped up, which I really, really liked. So I'm just gonna, like I said, get those adhered down. And then once I've got those adhered down, I'm going to grab some puffy number stickers, some puffy gold number stickers that I have from the Ali Edwards release for December Daily this year. I thought that those would work perfect for this layout since I've got those gold stars as part of my shaker element. I really love all of the alphas that Tracy released, but I needed something that would bring that gold a little bit more into my page, I think. And I was really pleased with the way that these looked. So I'm going to just pull out 2024 and just stick those right into the middle of each of my little light bulbs. And then that's pretty much going to be it for the rest of this page. I don't do much else after getting the actual puffy numbers down, but I will place this back into my album so you can kind of see how it looks within my album as well. All right, that is it for today. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in my album. I would love to know your thoughts on this cover page down in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!